Hi, I'm Mr. Franklin, and this is going to be about digital notes versus paper notes and our expectations for note-taking during 2020 fall distance learning. I've made a couple other note-taking videos, and hopefully this one will be an improvement on those, as well as give you guidance for taking notes during our distance learning experience. When you will be required to take notes, you should take notes for video notes, textbook time. There's a different process that I normally like to use, but I'm going to ask you to use Cornell Notes for your textbook time, because that way we're just using the one system and it'll allow things to flow better. I've asked you to have paper and pen ready during all Zooms. I would ask that when you write notes from the Zoom, that you do so in a Cornell style. Why? Because it will help you. And the more you put into this, the more you spend working on this, the better your notes will become. The process will get faster. It's going to be slow at first, but it will get faster, and you will have an incredible resource to study from if you do this as we ask you to. So the format is going to be Cornell Notes, also known as focus notes in some settings. And during Zoom, I'm going to allow a minimal style of Cornell Notes where you can write down one or two phrases and then write the summary for the lesson. That's what I'm going to be expecting, is a summary of the lesson. And you're going to be able to keep it more journal style versus page by page. And we'll talk about in the next set of videos. So with that said, in the next set of videos, I'm going to give you two options. You can watch the digital version of the video, which is about the digital note-taking, and you can watch the paper version of note-taking. I personally would prefer the paper style of note-taking because it's just one less thing I have open on my screen. It would be easier, but I also know that my handwriting isn't the best, and sometimes it's hard to read it when I'm done. So sometimes the digital note-taking would be better. So it really depends on what you're doing. All that I ask is if you pick one, that eventually you stick with it, because I don't want you doing one, then doing the other, and then jumping back and forth, and then you don't have your notes in one place. Whichever one you want, and you can experiment with both and see which one you like, but eventually you're going to need to pick one and stick with it. Otherwise, you're going to lose your notes and be confused and not have anything to study from. You can join me either on the next page, which will be the digital notes, video notes, or you can join me on the page after that, which will be the paper version of the notes. All righty, I will see you there.